Very good evening. Yep. So friends, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about variable types. Today we're going to talk about variable types. So friends, types of variables. We have two types of variables are there. One is a primitive variable and second is a reference variable. Primitive and reference variable. So here in this document, here it is. Yes, variable types, we have two types of variables are there. One is primitive and second is non-primitive or reference variable we can call like. Yes. Again, these two types of variable, primitive and non-primitive, again these are furtherly divided into three types based on the position of declaration and behavior. These two primitive and non-primitive has defined three, which is an instance, another is a static, and third is a local variable. Okay, first let's see that what is the example of primitive variable and what is the example for non-primitive or reference variable. Yes, friends, here I was creating one new class. So I hope yours is this one, I guess. Yes, let's try to create one class called variable types. Okay. Fine. Now, friends, in this class, I was defining a variable with int x equals to some 100. So, friends, this x is nothing but is called primitive variable. This is 100 is an object storing into a variable of type integer type, where x is called primitive variable. Any type of object storing into variable is called as a primitive variable. If I'm giving string name equals giving like a Ravi Lela. So Ravi Lela is an object, name is a primitive variable. So any type of object, whether it is a string or it is an integer or it is a float or it is a character, any kind of object storing into a variable is called as a primitive variable. Okay, yes, is called as a primitive variable. Okay, friends, how we access this variable? How we access this variable? Come on, friends. How we access this variable of
Using
the
object reference.
yes, creating the object reference. Create object uh, with this reference. I was calling that yes obj dot. Yeah, I can access the okay. Simple. I'm giving the like this. So any class object creation, for this class object you create class object storing into one reference variable of type variable class type. Any class object creation, here obj is a reference variable of this class. So any class object creation we call as a non-primitive variable or reference variable. Non-primitive or reference variable. Okay, now so any type of object storing into a variable is called as a primitive variable. A reference variable is nothing but any class object creation. Here it is called as a reference variable to the classes. So this is called reference variable. Okay, now these two primitive and reference variable are furtherly classified into divided into three parts based on the position you give that primitive or reference or declaration. We named as the two types of variables in the three positions we calling it. One is instance variable position, static variable position, local variable position. Let's see one by one. Primitive variable defining in these three positions. Now I am showing you, later I am showing you non-primitive variable defining in these positions. Okay, yes, let's take primitive in three positions. First is instance variable declaration. Primitive variable defining in a instance position. This is nothing but is called instance variable, or we can call as a instance global variable, or we can call as non-static variable. Anything we can call. So the primitive variable defining inside the class, outside the method, this type of variable we call as a instance variable or instance global variable, or also we can call non-static variable, because there is no static keyword for the variable. That's why we can call it as a non-static variable also. Okay, now yes, primitive in this instance position I showed you. Now primitive variable declaring in a static position. That static variables, the statics also can be defined inside the class, outside the method. Okay, na? I'm giving string, company name. I'm giving like VMware. So friends, to make this variable as a static variable, prefix I give the static keyword. Then that variable becomes as a static. Okay, instance variable, this is called static variable. For static variables prefix we have a static keyword. Static variable, or also we can call as a static global variable. This also we can call static variable or stat. Why I'm saying here instance global, static global means because instance variable, static variables can call anywhere in the project. Anywhere I can access. Anywhere I can access this. Okay, instance and static, in any of the method of this class I can access. That's why I'm saying instance global and static global. Okay, now fine. Yes, defining primitive variable in instance I shown you, static I shown you. Both are defining inside the class, outside the method. Differentiation is here no static keyword, here there is a static keyword. Okay, let me show you local. Primitive variable defining in a local position. So defining primitive in a local means defining inside the method is called primitive local. Okay, now let me have one method public void sum m1. Inside this method I was defining one method variable int y equal to sum 200, where this is called primitive local. The variable which is defined inside the method, that variable is treated as a local variable. So this primitive variable can define an instance, static and local. These are the three positions we can define the primitive variables. Now next question. When we have to go with instance variable declaration, when we go with the static variable declaration, when we go with the local variable declaration, I'm telling you the difference. Friends, suppose in a company we have 100 employees. Suppose in our company we having 100 employees. Yes, every employee having its own unique employee ID. So 100 unique employee ID storing in 100 unique variables, different variables. But all employees belongs to the company called VMware. Friends, all 100 employees belongs to the same company means, do I create the same company? Do I create number of variables for to store same company name? Not necessary. When the data is commonly being used, that kind of data you declare as a static variable. Best example, company name. It will be used by 100 employees. Better you declare this as variable company name as static declaration. One more example. We all are having the bank accounts of ICICI, but everyone having unique employee, we go with as an instance variable declaration. But every person is depositing some x plus 1, x plus 2 amounts, depositing into their accounts for saving purpose. End of the day, end of the month, everyone is eligible for 8.5 rate of interest. How much you deposit doesn't matter. End of the month, we all are eligible for 8.5 rate of interest. That is a common rate of interest rate for every customer of the bank. Yes, that kind of float. So what we do, float rate of interest. I'm giving 8.5. You make it as a static variable because this is commonly used data. So for every customer, I must apply this rate of interest. I was using this object. So we create as a static variables. When the data is sharing across the things, then you go with the static variable declarations. Okay, now which is data is commonly being used by the things, then you go with the static declaration. Which is not common, then go with the instance declaration. Both the positions are declared inside the class, outside the method, instance and static. Okay, yes. Now coming to the local variable, if any of the object is required inside this method only, that variables you declare as a inside the method, that's called as a local variable. Okay, now next, where I can access instance variable, static variable and local variable, I am telling you now. Friends, instance variable memory will be allocated whenever I call this instance variable. How I call instance variables? Like this, obj class reference variable obj.x, like this I'm calling. 10 times I'm calling this instance variable x, 10 times memory is allocating for the instance variable. For x, 10 times you're calling means 10 times memory is allocating. Where static variable memory, when I call this cname for 10 times, memory allocates only once, which will shares across how many times you call. Memory sharing one time. For static variables, one time memory allocates and share the memory across how many times you call it. For instance variable, 10 times you call, 10 times memory. 100 times you call, 100 times memory allocates. That's it. Coming to the local variable, for local variables, memory is going to be allocated when the control comes inside the method block, then only local variable memory is getting allocated. When it comes out from the method definition, then memory is going to be released. Understanding? So local variables can access only within this method only, not anywhere. But instance and static, inside the class, any n number of methods inside the class I can access. Local, sorry, instance and static. Local can access only within this method. That's it. Is everyone clear? Huh? Fine. Next, how we access instance variables? Yes, I can access anywhere. How can I access? Inside the main method while getting class object creation with that reference variable I was calling. Now how I was calling the static variables means static variables cannot be called with the class reference. Here, if I call like this, we are getting some warning, friends. We are getting some warning calling the static variables with the class reference variable. Just a mouse over and see that. What is saying that? The static field variable type dot cname should be accessed in static way. This is not a way accessing the static variables. Then how can I access the static variables? Simple, call that static variable name directly like cname or indirectly with a class name dot. Static variable is defined which class, friends? Under variable type class only the static variable cname is defined. So you call directly static variable cname or with the class name dot. What is the class name? Variable type. Variable type dot. All statics are coming. Cname is static variable. Rate of interest is static variable. Main method is static variable. Static method, right? Yes. It's either directly or indirectly with the class name dot. We can call the static variables. And coming to the local variables, can I call outside the method? Let's try. Sys out, I was giving y, friends. I was giving y. It's not. Shall I call with a class reference variable? Obj dot. Is y is coming here? Y variable is not coming here. Shall I call with a class name? No. Variable dot. Can I see that y variable? No. Friends, the variables which are defined inside the method can access only within this method, not outside. Getting, friends? Okay. Now here in this in itself method only I can access that y variable. Friends, still here everyone is clear? Friends.
Yeah.
Next, yeah.
Sir,
Next, yeah. Go ahead. Someone is asking.
can you just repeat the concept of that memory allocation for local variables?
Yes, definitely. And see, friends, instance variable memory allocates for how many times you call this instance variables, that many times memory is allocated for the instance variable. Whereas static variable 10 times you call, 100 times you call, memory allocates only once, which shares the memory for each calling. Understanding?
Okay.
According
Yes.
to the local variable, memory allocates when the control comes inside the method definition, then only local memory is allocated, and memory destroys when control comes out from the method. Okay,
Okay.
fine. Now the accessibility, everyone know that. Instance variables with class reference we call static variables. We can call either directly CNAME or with the class name dot we can access. Local variables, in this which method you define the variables, in that method only we can access. Okay. Now friends, as I said, instance and static variables I can call anywhere in my class. I accessed here in this main method. Can I access this instance static variables inside the M1 method or not? Can I? Can I access or not? What friends?
Ye-
Can I?
Yes.
Yes, right. I can access anywhere.
Sir,
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Now, friends, tell me, main method is a instance method or static method?
Static method.
Because the method having static keyword. Tell me, M1 method is an instance method or static method?
Instance.
It's instance method.
Instance method which don't have any static keyword. So it's an instance method, static method. Instance variable, static variable, right friends? Now you everyone has understood this concept in the inside the main static method, how we access instance and static. As I am saying, this instance and static variables anywhere I can access. Okay, for your practice, I am defining one more method, static method. Now tell me friends, inside the M2 static method, I want to access this instance variable x. How can I access inside this method? Come on friends. How can I?
Object reference.
Exactly. How we accessed here? Creating class object creation, and I was accessing. You may have a doubt, Ravi, but I already created object for this class, right? Can I use this reference to access here? No. Is anything is coming? No friends. So creating the class object inside this method, again it represents as a local class reference. This reference variable I created here only. I can access only within this. The same concept, local primitive, how it is accessing inside here only, like same way. Okay, na? Again you must create object for that. This out. obj.x, getting friends. Now how can I access the static variable inside the M2 static method?
main method, just with the name.
Yes, directly with a name as CNAME, or we can call class name dot the static, like this, either directly or indirectly like this. Okay, na? Yes, now everyone understood inside the static method how we call the instance family variables and static family variables, how we access, everyone come to know. So friends, M1 is the instance method. Inside this M1 instance method also, I can access instance and static variables. Okay, na? Now tell me friends, how can I access instance X variable and static CNAME variable inside this M1 instance method? Come on friends, tell me.
Just like as usual by creating object for that class.
Object, not required friend here. Inside the instance method, to access instance variables, not required any class object creation. Directly we can call. Understanding? Okay, na?
Yes.
Inside
Yes.
the instance method,
Okay,
instance variables will
understand.
be calling directly. Okay, na? And what about static variables? Same story. We can call directly like this or indirectly with the class name dot. We can call. Is everyone clear? The only difference is inside the instance method, instance variables will be called directly. Inside the static method, instance variables will be calling through class difference. The common thing is what? Accessing the
Object
static
creation.
variables. Yes, inside the instance method, inside static method, we can access the static variables either directly or indirectly with the class name dot. Understand, friends? For your understanding, I'll give one small note here. Instance method. Okay. So friends, here the static method, how we call the instance family. Instance family means instance variable or instance methods. Okay. And static family means static variables and static methods. Same here. Now you tell me, friends, in being inside the static method, how I access the instance family? Instance family means either instance variables or instance method. How can I access?
Object
Directly with
tracking.
object, using object.
Yes.
Yes.
To class object creation, right? For class object creation, only we can access. Now, being inside the instance method, how can we access instance family? Which means instance variables and instance method. How can I access?
Directly we can access.
Yes, directly I can access. Yes, directly we can. Now coming to this inside the static method, how I access static family, which means static variables, static methods. How can I access?
Directly.
Directly or class
Either
dot.
directly or
Class dot.
Class dot variable name.
class name. Class name. Now inside the instance method, how can I access static family, friends?
Same, either directly or class
Yes,
dot.
exactly. Friends, this is the common in every instance and static method accessibility. But the only difference is inside the static method, we'll be accessing through class object creation. With class difference only, we're accessing that. Inside the instance method, we're accessing instance family directly. Through class object directly. Remaining is both same in everywhere. For your reference, I was pinning in chat box. Please note. Friends, we're getting some background noise. Vinod, can you please be in the mute? Don't mind, please. For your reference, I was pinged in chat box, friends. Please save it. Okay, friends. Shall I move to next level?
Yes.
Thank you, friends. Now, friends, now I want to show you the difference. Friends, this is the instance variable. This is a static variable. Tell me, what is the color of the instance variable?
Blue color.
And what is the color of the static variable? Come on,
It is
friends.
again same, no? Blue.
Right? And what is the color of Y?
Brown.
Right?
Light brown.
Yes, it's a brown, right? Yes. Now, friends, now that time came, I will show you one miracle. Okay, I'll show you one miracle in the end of the class. Just be wait. Fine, friends. Here now, instance variable is blue color, static variable is blue color, local variable is in a brown color. Noticed or not? Perfect. Now, friends, instance is
Sir, the static
yes.
method, sir. Why we need a static method?
Sorry.
Why we need static method?
Okay, when the function is commonly used, then go with the static methods. How the data we are saying, like when the data is commonly being used, define that variable as a static variable, similar for static methods also. Okay, when the functions are commonly using, that statement is defined as a static method. Okay, na?
Okay.
Fine. Next step. Now, friends, now instance variable x is there, and local variable also I was giving x, friends. Now tell me friends, here instantly variable x 100 is there, local variable x 200 is there. If I'm printing the x, what is the output? 100 or 200?
Depends on
Reference
variable.
will be given to the local variable, I think.
Yes. See, you observe, that's what I said too. Observe on the colors. Instance is x, local is x. I was printing x here. Which output is coming? See the calculation.
Local variable.
Yes,
Two.
always before local only. See friends, if I don't have local variable x 200, now what it will take? X value.
Global variable.
Global variable.
It comes to the blue color. See, control click on this x, it goes to the instance. If local instance both are there means, see if I control click on x, it goes to the local variable. Okay, now next. Friends, instance is there, local is there, always prefer local variable only. But still I want to access instance variable x equal to 100. Even local x is 200 is there. Still I want to access instance variable x equal to 100. In that case, what I will do, this dot keyword I use, this dot x. This dot is a keyword which represents the current class instance variables. To call the current class instance variables, we use the this dot keyword. All current class instance objects will be get access. Here, normal x is calling what? Local variable x 200. This dot x is calling what? Instance variable x 100. Understanding, friends? Clear, everyone?
Yeah, clear, sir.
Okay, fine. Next, now we have done with primitive variable defining in these three positions, right? Now I was moving to the non-primitive variable or reference variable defining in these positions. So non-primitive can be defined in this only these two positions, friends, as static position and local position. So non-primitive or reference variables means what? Example is any class object creation. Here this obj is a class reference variable, right? Yes, any class object creation we call as a non-primitive or reference variable. This non-primitive or reference variable furtherly classified into only two. One is static reference and second is a local reference. Now friends, creating the class object, this can be called as a static reference, static declaration or local declaration. This class object creation.
Local.
Local, right?
Lo
This class
local.
object I created inside this method, this itself reference is called local. This declared object in this method which is local to this method. Yes. Next is static. Friends, static means where we define static, sir? In the globally, right? Instance static are defined globally here, right? Now what I will do, I'll be creating the class. See friends, just observe. When I was creating the class references here, see obj is a brown color. Noticed? Obj is, see, if I control click on where it goes to here. Okay, now when I control click on this, where it goes to here, which is local or not? I want to access this class reference inside this method, because two times I'm giving the class reference. One time is enough. I will use here, I will use here. Common, I was using this reference in here and here, right? Instead of getting locally, I'll go with the static class reference. Okay. Simple, we use static. Okay. Now see friends, obj equals new, obj equals new. So it turns to the blue color. See this obj goes to this here, friends, which is sharing here in this M2 method. This also sharing into this main method. See friends, understood? This is a static reference. Create once the class reference variable, can call anywhere. Memory shares here once only. Memory sharing, that's it. Not create a number of times. I said that the meaning for static means static variables, it will create memory only once, which is shared wherever you cause. That's it. Understood, friends? Static
Declaration itself, obj equal to new variable type can we give or not, sir? Static variable type object equal to new variable type that we can give or not, sir?
Where here I'm saying, see, no.
Initialization.
No. See here.
Static variable type object equal to like that.
No, sir. So statics always, see, always you must get only reference in the global set. One example I'll tell you. Okay.
Here string cname equal to VMware like that we gave no like that. Static variable type obj equal to new variable type that we can give or
No.
not, I am asking, sir.
Okay, what you're asking is like this, right?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
It is possible, right?
It's possible, but should not. We should not declare like this.
Why?
See, why means the same question earlier I heard from your batch only. Friends, 10 students are there, 10 objects I need to create. Class is a collection of objects, I said. Agree or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Each object points to the one customer, right? Each object refers to the one customer. Is it or not?
Yeah.
That's what. Referring to what? See, ICICI reference. So this is the ICICI bank we're talking about. We are getting object for ICICI. So if ICICI reference, I am connecting to my details. Through ICICI reference, I am connecting to the user to reference. So each user having its own object, storing into this ICICI reference like this. Understanding? I was correlating the meaning to say you. Okay, na? Okay, na? Okay, friends. Fine. So, okay, sorry. Create reference here. The same reference, I'm storing this multiple objects. Okay, for this object I'm storing here. This object I'm storing here. Okay, na? Yes. Then this goes to this reference. This goes to this
Sir,
reference.
I
Yeah.
didn't understand that concept. Why a variable type obj should not be initialized about in the class itself?
See, okay, one second. Okay, one second. People are asking like this, right?
Yeah, you said we shouldn't do that, but I didn't understand why.
Okay, fine. Let's do this. Two people are saying not required like this, right? You want to do like this, right? I'm saying we can do that, but it's not suggested. I'm saying, right? We can create, but it is not suggested. Always you create only references in the globally and create objects inside the method. That's a good practice. Always. You always create objects inside the methods. Yeah? Getting friends? Understood? We can create, but always you create objects inside the methods. But reference should be the global like this one. Okay, na? Yes. Next, friends, is everyone understood? Primitive variables and non-primitive variables defining in these three positions: instance, static, and local. Is everyone clear? Next, coming to the data types. Friends, data types. So every variable storing some object, allocating some memory. Every variable is holding some object, will have some memory to store that objects. Okay, every variable holds some objects, will have some memory also. So in Java, every variable should be declared with some data type before it is used. Otherwise, it used as a compile time. Storing the object into variable, there is no meaning. You should use some type of that object you're storing a variable. Okay, so must to give the data type. Without giving data type, we get some compile time error. See an example. I'm creating one new class, data type. Okay, here I was storing one object. Here I was storing one object I equal to some 100. I'm getting some error because why? The data type must be given for any object you store in a variable. Data type is the must. What is saying that? Syntax error on token I, variable declaration expected after the token. So declaration is the must, otherwise gives the compile time. What is the type of this variable, friends? What is type of this variable?
Integer.
Integer. Object is integer object stored into of type integer. Must to give the data type. Some of the languages not required to give any data type. Just simple variable equals to object is enough. Some programming languages. For some, strictly we have to give the inter. Strictly giving the data type, that kind of declaration is called as a static declaration. Don't mix up with static variable. Strictly giving the data type is nothing but we call static declaration. Without giving data type, just a variable equal to object, that kind of declaration we call dynamic declaration. 1 second, friends. Friends, what are that examples? C language, C++, Java, C#, all these languages, strictly we must give that data type. That kind of data declaration is called static declaration. Some of the languages not required to give data types. Example, JavaScript, Python, Ruby, Scala. This kind of scripting languages not require any data type. Example to show you, in my system I'm having a Python. So IDLE is the Python editor. I was opening here. So let me show you. Not required to give any data type for scripting languages. So just a variable equals to object is stored like internally. It represent as a class type. So here, equal to some 100. I was storing the object. No error came, right? Simple variable equal to object. How I print in Python? Print of I. See, friends. Sorry. Friends, we are getting some noise. May not this.
Okay.
Friends, here, if I want to know what is the type of this object, it is definitely the integer, but in form of class type. In scripting languages, every data type is representing as a class type dynamically. It's called dynamic declaration of type class types. Here, if you want to know the what is the type of this, just print we give type of I. What is giving? Int type of class type. So in scripting languages, each type is representing as a class type that it takes as a dynamically. That's why the scripting languages variable declaration is a dynamic declaration. Okay, now dynamically it will take the type of this object in class representation. Okay, now in programming languages, strictly we must give the data type is called as a static declaration. Fine. Now let's come to this document. Yeah. The data type specifies the amount of memory that should be reserved for that variable to hold some values. Yes, int a equal 10. 10 is a object, a is a primitive variable, int is a primitive data type. Like this, we have so many data types are there in Java. There are primarily 8 data types are there in Java. They are called as primitive data types. Yes, 8 primitive are classified into two variants. One is a numeric types as a 6 and non-numeric as a 2. And again, these 6 numerics are classified into two variants. 4 as a integral data types, 2 as a floating data types. Okay, na? Totally 4 plus 2 plus 2, totally 8 are there. What are the 4 integral data types? One is a byte, short, int, long. These 4 comes under the integer data types. All are representing integer objects, but there is a range size is there. without any decimal values. 100% takes as a integer objects, but there is a range for byte. There is a range for short to store the objects. Based on your requirement, we'll take the any type of integer data which don't have any decimal values, or 4 are the byte short int long. And coming to the float, we have two types of floating data types are there. One is a float and second is a double. One is a float and second is a double. But it have its own size to store it, having a 4 bytes and this having a 8 bytes of size to storing that decimal pointed value. Okay, na? And coming to last is a non-numeric data types. Two are there, which is nothing but Boolean and char. These are the 8 primitive data types are there in Java. Let me show you, friends. Yes. So first is what yes, byte b equals the range for this. See friends, for every integer or float, we takes the objects in the form of negative to the positive range. Negative range to positive range, the objects will be occupied for the respective type. Here negative range is minus 128. Is it taking? If I give minus 129, giving the error. The negative value for the byte is the minus 128 and the range of the positive minus 128, 127, 126 like this 0, 1, 2, 3 up to the 127 is the range, friends. Positive range minus 128 to plus 127 is the range. If I give plus 128, gets the error. So each data type of integer, it has its own range and size, friends. Okay, is 1 byte, size is 1 byte, range is minus 128 to plus 127. And coming to the short, we're having like 32,767 is a positive range. If I exceed the positive range as 768, it gets the error. Negative value is the minus 30,768 to plus 30,767 is the range, and the size for this is the 2 bytes. And coming to the int, I don't remember this size. Let me copy paste. The range for this is the one, negative one, this is the positive range. Based on your requirement, that data type we are declaring, friends. Okay, na? So this is the size as 4 bytes. And coming to the long, giving some range, I'm giving this size is 8 bytes. Okay, this all comes under the integer data type. And coming to next as a floating type. One is a float, f equals to having some range. We are getting some error when I am defining the floating variable. Friends, by default, see what is saying, the type mismatch cannot convert from double to the floater. By default, this object is treating as a double type. I want this object to be as a float type object. So to make this as a float type object, I must convert into the floater. How I convert? Simple, end of this float, I must give the float object, I must give the f character either in a lowercase or in an uppercase. That reads as a float type. 4 bytes. Double D. And coming to this double type, this size is 8 bytes. 8 bytes. Okay, integer and float types. All comes under the numeric data types. All under comes as a numeric. As separately to take, these all 4 are integer types, and these 2 are the float types. And next, non-numeric, we have char. Character represents in a single quotation. Here the size is 2 bytes. There is no range. Next is the Boolean. So here Boolean, it will take as a true or false in a lowercase. There is no zeros and ones, only true or false, that in a lowercase. There is no range and size for the Boolean type data. Now tell me, friends, next if you want String means how can we go with that string object means string str equals to I'm giving Ravi Leela. Friends, if you observe every primitive data type, these are all called primitive data types. As in the document says, all are primitive data types. Here, primitive data types, totally 8 are there. What is that? Byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, boolean. Every primitive data will be as a lowercase only. Observe here, everything is a purple color. But string is not a primitive data type. It's a class type. See, every class starts with uppercase. You know, right? If you mouse over, what it says? String is a class for java.lang package. This is not a primitive type. These are the primitive types. Okay, na? Yes. Friends, all these are the primitive variables or instance type or static variable type of. Come on. This all primitive.
Instance type.
Instance type of instance, because no static variable is there, then we can say as the instance type, right? Yes. Now, how can I access instance variables inside the static method? Come on.
With class reference.
Exactly, with class reference. Next, getting some noise, please. Now I was calling that, friends. Byte was giving concatenation obj dot b. Okay, this out dot obj dot is this out enter concatenation obj dot I. Next is for long sys out long obj dot. Next is floating type. Yes, sys out float obj dot f. Next is double obj dot d. And next is what? Character boolean, right? Sys out.
Vikrant, I have a quick question here. I have a quick question here. So when you use the value for decimals in the float and you have put f, right, to make it as a float. If you want to use the decimal, why we didn't use the double? Is it because of the bytes it is taking?
By default, this object is treating as a double type object. See, if I'm not giving
Yeah.
just saying that, the same, right?
Yeah.
By default, it will take as a double type object.
I got that. If we want to use a decimal, you can have used double only, right? Why did you use
See
float?
the range. See the
That's what I was asking. So because of
range.
the bytes, you
Yes.
look as yes. Okay.
Yes.
Got it. Thank you.
Yes. Got it now?
Yeah.
So even these are all the integers only. Why there is no question? Because these are range. There is range. That's it. The same way, here are some ranges there. Size ranges varying, right? Got it? Yes. Now next, Boolean. Boolean obj dot bb something else. Okay. Now string means how can we access? Yes. Concatenation obj dot str. If I run this program, the output is coming. What the values I have initialized. See friends, what the objects I initialized: byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, boolean, string is giving that initialized values because I define the values for these variables. The defined values are coming as output. Now friends, I will not define any objects, just I will declare the variables. That's it. I only declare the variables. I only declare the variables. I never initialize any object to the variables. Just I declare that. Friends, any guessing what will be the output in this case? On this.
Default value will be there. It can be
What will be the
0.
output in this case?
Object.
Will it be null?
No. Earlier I defined the defined values has come as the output. Now I removed all the values. Only I declared the variables. That's it. If I run this program, what would be the output here?
There
Either
may be some default
values,
value.
the random values,
Default
or the minimum the data
Default
type
value.
can store.
Default values coming, sir. Okay, na? Default
Yes.
values are coming. What are the default values, friends? These all comes under the integer category without decimal values. For every byte, short, int, long, default values are giving as a 0 for every 4 types, integer types. And come to the float and double, which takes some decimal values. The default values will use like 0.0 for float and double. Default value. Coming to the char, it used as a space, empty. For Boolean, default value giving as a false. For string, string is a class, right? For any class, default value gives as a null. Understood? For this 4 gives as a 0. For this gives as a 0.0. For this giving as a space. For this giving as default value as a false. Is for giving as a null, because string is a class. For any class, the default value is a null. Now let's run this program. Now we can see byte, short, int, long is 0 as default, and float double is at 0.0 default. For character it's a space, and Boolean default value is a false, and string is a class. The default value is a null. If you're not defining any objects to the variables, it will take respect to type default values. Understanding? Fine. Friends, all these are the instance variables, right? Shall I go with the static variable? Let's see what is that. Float sum. I'm making this as a static variable. Friends, tell me how I call the static variables.
Directly or by class name reference?
Yes. So one is name, another is salary, right? Yes. Sys out company name concatenation. C name directly I can call, or the class name also we can call. Another is what? Salary. Now tell me, friends, what will be the output for this C name and salary if I'm not defining anything? Come on.
Default value.
What is the default value?
0.0 and null.
Exactly, because salary is of type float type, float default value is 0.0, it will take even for static. Okay, na? This is a class type. Okay, string is a class. The default value is a null. Any class default is a null, right? Yes. Here, friends, if I run this program, yes, C name is giving null because company name is string, null type. Salary is a float type, default is 0.0. And coming to what? Local variable. Instance variable, if I'm not defining what we are seeing the default, we have seen that. The same is giving for static variables as well default values. Now let's come to the local variable. In the x equal to 100 I was giving. Friends, how can we access local variables? Come on.
Directly you can use.
Yes, sys out x colon concatenation x. So if I call this means what is the output here?
100.
100 comes, right? Okay. Now, if I remove the object 100 to the local variable, only I declare, what happens? What happens? Getting the error.
Default
So,
value.
local variable must to initialize. There is no exception. Instance and local, so instance and static, if you're not defining any objects, it will take respect to type default values. In the case of local variable, strictly you must define with some object. What is saying here? It's saying the local variable x may not have been initialized. You must initialize variable. You must initialize the variable with some default value or with some greater than default value, we have to initialize to make use. Without initializing local variables, we cannot make use that. Understanding? It's clear, everyone?
Okay, okay.
Any doubt in this? So today we have discussed variable types, and we have discussed about data types, friends. That's done for today. Next class will be on Monday. So on Monday we'll be talking about inheritance and types of inheritance, ways of inheritance, advantage of inheritance, and properties of inheritance is the agenda on Monday session. On Tuesday we'll be talking about the pending and non-access modifiers for methods and variables, and we'll be concluding this first documentation. And on Wednesday we are going to be start second document. There we talk about method signatures, method overloading. On Thursday we talk method overriding and its rules. On Friday we'll talk about polymorphism and we'll start the constructors. That is the agenda for this coming week, friends. Okay, any doubt? No, right? Now,
Sir,
yeah, who is this?
hello.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
when you will be sending the videos, because you have not uploaded, I guess, from after 24th.
Yes. Today onwards, you'll be getting the recordings. I will get all your mail IDs from the management. So we'll be starting that. Okay. And
So you'll be sending today, right?
yes, today by night, I'm going to be share you, friends.
Hello,
Any
sir.
doubt?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
One second, sir. 1 second. Yeah, go ahead. Someone is asking.
Sir, Monday also be using
Monday
this
link
link
is
only,
going to
sir.
be changed, friends. Everyone, please check. Go to training is going to be expired from tomorrow onwards. Monday onwards, you'll be getting the new link. Please check your mails before you joining. Okay, na? Okay, friends. I
So,
said in
and
the
class timing would be 6 only.
6 only, 6 to 7. Okay, na? 6 to 7.
Okay.
Okay. So one small video I want to show you, friends. I want to share with you, friends. Yesterday I didn't take the class because I was doing for the social activities. I was the member of the J-Bar Lions Club charter member. So yesterday we went to the Chiranjeev Ashramam, which is in the Muchantala, Hyderabad. 200 blind people are there. They don't even see anything, but without seeing, some talented people are there. As J-Bar, one last Saturday we went there. We have identified one lady, Bangaru. She's blind, but she's a beautiful singer. She wants to become as a great singer, and she wants to become as a teacher. But we have initiated, and we went to the music director. See how she is typing the words. See how he's typing. The music lyric writer is saying, but she is typing here. See how beautiful it was. See how she is singing a song. Completely blind. Like this, 200 people are there.
Sir, voice is not audible.
Yeah, no issues. Just enjoy the feelings. See how she is beautifully singing. So we are working with all blind peoples. We are gathering with the megastar Chiranjeevi, who is famous actor in South India. So we are contacting them. So we want to give at least 20 to 50 people. We want to give the eye donations from our J Bharat. So we are working for that. And this Shivaratri, we are going to be launch one beautiful album from this girl Bangaru. The music director is he's the guy Ravi Varma. Yesterday we went to Chanjir Ashram. He is the music director. He is a movie director of the Telugu, Chandra Mahesh. He is a producer. These three people came with us to do the recordings, friends. So yesterday I was busy totally in the Chanjir Ashram. Okay. This Shivaratri we are going to be launch this audio. This through Chiranjeevi Ashramam we are going to be release this audio function, and also through Chiranjeevi also. All together we are going to be launch this album. Okay, that's why I didn't take the class yesterday, friends. This Saturday, Sunday, we are totally occupied in completing that album recordings, because Shivaratri is very near, right? 11th it is, I think. Okay, that's it, friends. I want to share with you how the beauty, the people, even they are being blind, they are doing great things, friends. They are given kind-hearted for them, good talent they're given. Because of this Bangaru girl, so many people are surveying, friends, because of her talent only. Okay, it's really appreciated, friends. Really appreciated her efforts. Okay, friends, that's what I want to share you. A happy moment. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much. Monday we are going to be. Yeah.
Sir, yeah, sir. You said in the midst of the class, you said that the miracle you will miracle at the end of the class. I think that was fantastic, fantastic, sir.
This is only.
Nice, nice. Work, sir. Thank.
See, I will see on Shivaratri. We're going to be conduct the audio launching in Chiranjeevi Ashramam. Definitely, if any chance, I'll be giving the live video link also for you. You also can enjoy that release in audio function.
Definitely, sir. I'll be waiting.
And one whole movie, this baby is going to be sing the song, friends. For whole movie, is going to be sing the song. And also, not only this guy, so many people are there, like 200 people, blind people are there. All people we are making to take 5 minutes one movie clip we want to take. In the entire movie, just 5 minutes guest story we want to keep that 200 people movie. That also we are planning for that. Okay, it's not a small thing. It's a very great thing, and we all J Bharat Lions Club we are doing, friends. So you can see my every activity. You can see in my Facebook also. Ravikant Rela, if you find in my Facebook, you can see all the events in a week we are doing. So today I have taken the vaccine, friends. COVID vaccine. We are being awareness. We are making awareness to all to take the COVID vaccine, friends. Please take. Safe, friends. 2 doses we have to take the vaccine, friends. Okay. Today I have taken all my J Bharat Club teams have taken through holistics, and per day we are giving 10 vaccines for every people who are registering, friends, through our J Bharat Hyderabad Holistics Hospitals. Okay.
So, but
please,
it is only for above 35 days, right?
28 days. First dose, if you take now means after 28 days you have to take second dose. Each see from if you take a vaccine,
It is for the people who is above 35 age, right?
It's not 35. I will tell that rule. Actually, 50 to 60 age should take when in the condition people are diabetics, sugar patient, heart patient. 50 to 60 between who are diseased like this, all these categories only can take the vaccine. Otherwise, you 50 to 60% without any disease, they will not give the vaccine. But the people who are above 60 years must to take the vaccine. But I am the 39, but I got a chance because we are doing the social services for the poor peoples. We must have this awareness, right? That's what I have taken this chance from government. Okay. Okay, friends.
Thank you, sir, for sharing this video.
No, there is no side effects, but only the people are not having aware of. Okay. Thank you, my friend. Welcome, okay. Okay, friends, that's why I'm saying that don't underestimate that. If you take vaccine, some side effects comes. All these people, some medical mafia is there in the market. They are simply misguiding the people. So I have taken a vaccine. The already Venkaiah Naidu, okay, the minister has taken. Prime Minister Modi has taken the same vaccine. Covaxin is one of the medicine injection is there. There is no pain also. If some people can have a fever, light fever after taking vaccine, not only these COVID vaccines, any kind of vaccines, if you take, some people get the light fever. In that case, you can take the what we say Dolo 650 is right. You can take, that's enough. But the people who are drinking and smoking, don't do that for 40 days, please. That's a precaution you have to take. Okay, na? Please, anyone, please initiate taking the COVID vaccines, because now everyone is aware of that. There is nothing is happening of taking the COVID vaccines. Please, okay? So as being
Thank you,
as a
sir, for
class,
sharing this.
I want to
Thank you.
aware of. That's what I want to educate you. Please save your lives. Okay, fine, friends.
Thank you,
you.
sir, for sharing this
We'll
videos.
meet on Monday. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.